stereo driver?
How far is she going?
Just as far as that'll take her.
Please.
Thank you.
Would you like some water?
I'm all right. Are you all going for?
Just to Tucson.
A horse auction.
My daughter is quite a horsewoman.
I'm going home. I am going home.
Good night's rest, and you won't mind that 50 miles of desert tomorrow. I guarantee you'll get a good night's rest in this town.
Mr. Barkley. I've been looking for you for a long time.
Well, now you found me.
You always were a little too sure of yourself, Heath.
Tom.
Well, I guess I'm still a little faster than you are, old partner. I told you we'd run across each other one day.
I thought you were going to Virginia City.
No, I got sidetracked, and glad of it. You haven't changed a bit,
Oh,
Heath.
you sure have. Hey, is that badge for real?
Yeah, sure. I'm Marshal here. Say, you got sidetracked yourself, I hear. Found yourself a family. The Barkleys?
Heath. Heath, if you ever do that to me again...
Ah, Mother, I'm sorry. It's just an old game we play. Didn't mean to scare you. Tom? My mother and sister Audra. Old friend Tom Wills.
I do apologize to you ladies if our little game shocked you.
No, it didn't really shock me. Just surprised me to see a marshal acting that way.
Well, I can tell you, if anybody else tried the same thing, I'd arrest him right now.
I hope so.
I mean it. Say, how long are you going to be in St. John?
Just overnight.
Well, then you must do me the honor of being my guests at dinner. The chef of the inn sets a mighty fine table, especially when he's serving people of quality.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
It's all set, then. Shall we say 7?
I'll tend to the luggage.
That's a mighty fine family you got there, Heath.
Yeah, they're really something.
Thank you.
Anytime, Mel.
Hold it right there. Now, you just get back on that stage, right now.
What's the matter, Tom?
I run a tight little town here, Heath. Took a lot of trouble on my part to clean it up. Now I aim to keep it that way. And there are certain kinds of females who are not welcome in St. John.
Tom, we're just staying overnight. All of us. That's all right, isn't it?
Ah, they mean trouble every time. Man should never make an exception to a rule.
Not even for an old friend?
Well, I reckon maybe old friends do have certain privileges. All right, just this once. But you stay close to your room, yeah? That kind of woman is trouble, boy. Pure trouble.
Well, now, Tom, when did you become such an expert on women?
Well, just never you mind. Hey, Heath, leave that gun in your room, will you? In case you hadn't noticed, nobody in town wears a gun. Except me.
All right. See you dinner.
All right.
Who is it?
Room service, your luggage, ma'am.
It's you. Just put it over there, please.
J for Jezebel.
Well, they got it wrong. Should be S for Sally.
Thank you. And for what you did downstairs, I don't know how to...
Well, I'm sure anybody else would have done the same thing.
Would they?
If you need anything, our rooms are just down the hall.
Figure it's for real?
Ooh-wee. Not Mr. Willstown, it ain't.
Oh, I never seen no mirage like that before. Wonder where she come from.
I heard we was getting a new schoolmarm in one of these days.
If that's her, I just may go back and finish up my learning.
Well, go on then. Let's see old Romeo in action. I got 25 cents here. Says you ain't even got nerve enough to say boo to that female.
Want something, miss?
Yes, I'd like a dress.
Well, I don't believe I stock anything you'd be interested in.
No, I want something simple like this one.
Well, help yourself, Lou. Licorice in the jar, there like usual.
I come for chewing tobacco.
Since when, I'd like to know? Since right now, I don't believe I have anything that
Oh,
you...
I'll take these two. They're perfect. And in my size, too. How much?
$4. I'll just put them in a sack.
And I like a licorice.
Well, just help yourself. It's right there in the jar. $4.01 for the licorice. Thank you.
Two?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you kindly, ma'am.
Your name's Lou.
Short for Louis, actually.
Hey, that's a nice name. Mine's Sally.
I told you to stay in your room.
I have a right to do what I want.
No, you don't. That's the way it always starts. One of your kind comes in, starts parading her wares up and down.
I was out shopping. Is there a rule?
Mr. Wills, stop!
Now go to your room.
Mr. Wills, please! Ah!
Stand up against the law, will you?
Sally, is anything wrong? A new dress? Well, why don't you wear it tonight? I was just coming to invite you to have dinner with us.
I'm not hungry. Thank you.
Well, you will be. Please, we'll be expecting you.
We?
My family.
Well, I wouldn't want to disappoint the Barclays.
Good.
Your brother's friend, Marshal Wills, he's a very dangerous man.
You know, I just don't believe it. Two old saddle tramps like you and me, and one is a town marshal, the other a gentleman rancher.
No, just plain rancher, Tom.
Good evening.
Mrs. Barclay, where is your lovely daughter?
Oh, she'll be down in a moment.
Oh, fine. Here, sit down. Would you care for some sherry?
Yes, please.
You know, we have a quiet little town here, Mrs. Barclay, but having two lovely ladies like you as guests is going to give it something to remember for a long, long time.
Well, that's very flattering. Thank you.
Aren't you going to join us, Tom?
No, I have to set an example for the town people.
Oh. Oh, that must be quite a burden.
No, it's just caution. I have to be sure that things don't slide back the way they were before I came here.
Yes. Well, then, here's to virtue.
I invited Sally to join us, Mr. Wills. I hope you don't mind.
No.
Isn't Sally's new dress pretty?
Very pretty indeed. Sit down, Tom.
Look, I hope you'll excuse me. I just remembered something I have to do. Meet me in my office later. We'll discuss old times.
Waiter, you may serve now, please.
Tom?
Hey.
Just heading over to your office.
Well, how's dinner? As good as this end?
That duck and wild rice never tasted better.
This little town will surprise you, Heath. Take a look around. What do you see?
Well, a mighty peaceful town, Tom.
Yeah. About a year ago, when the Citizens Committee hired me, the ranchers couldn't raise cattle as fast as they were stolen. Bank was closed. Bandits making withdrawals faster than customers could put in the money. That storekeeper right there lost 2 sons on this street one night to hell races.
I figured it had to be a challenge to get you to wear a badge.
Well, I did something about it. I gave this town some rules to live by.
Rules?
My rules. Fred, will you get those bags in? Somebody's gonna trip over them in the dark.
You know, I wondered what happened to you.
Oh, I wandered around a while. Built a little reputation with my gun without really meaning to. And then one day, I rode into St. John.
Found a home?
Pond. Big fish in a little pond here. That's the way I like it. Come here, I want to show you something. See that little house there? It's not bad diggings for your old trail partner, eh?
Sure beats a blanket on the cold ground.
Yeah, it was given to me by the townspeople in appreciation.
Very nice.
Come on, I'll buy a drink.
Pretty quiet in here, too, Tom. More like a church.
Evening, Fred.
Wills,
Whiskey.
it's not quite 8 o'clock, Mr. Wills.
Oh, we've got a rule. No drinks sold before 8 o'clock. Man's place is with his wife and children during the family hour. Fred, due to the fact I have an old friend with me, I think it's close enough to 8 o'clock to let the folks have a drink.
Okay. Bar's open, boys.
Join me? I forgot. You set the example.
Yeah, there was 2 kinds of trouble in this town. One of them was too much liquor, the other was women. You know the kind I mean. They'd grab a working man's dollar before it hit the bottom of his pocket.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any around now.
That's because I stop them before they get a chance to hitch a skirt. Like that girl. I knew the kind she was the minute she got off that stage.
That's real fast judgment, isn't it?
It's experience, Heath. I've thrown enough of her kind out of this town. I know one when I see one. What is it, boy?
The doc wants to see you, Mr. Wills.
About what?
Lou Farrell.
See how it is? Enjoy a drink. I'll be right back. What's the matter with him?
Concussions. Trouble is, he isn't rallying. His heartbeat's irregular, his pulse is
Why are
weak.
you telling me this?
Just didn't want to be responsible in case...
Responsibility is that boy's. He stood up against the law.
Well, somebody ought to notify his dad.
You notify him. You see what happens? You make an exception. You let one of those females come into town for one night, and a boy lies near death because of it.
Would you get out of my room? Get out! You hear me?
Boy, it was tempting today. Lou Farrell, he's dying.
Oh, no.
That the perfume you were tempting him with?
Get out of here!
Yeah, maybe I was all wrong about you. Where'd you say you come from?
Red Rock.
Red Rock. I know Red Rock pretty well. Whereabouts you live there?
Somewhere out of town.
The edge of town?
Oh, will you leave me alone, please?
Now, what you do there? You don't have to answer. We both know, don't we? Little lady, you seen it happen? A young boy smells the witch's perfume, and before you know it, he's lying in the street. His lifeblood oozing out of it. night, Miss Audrey.
What did he want?
I want to go home.
Sally, you are going home.
He won't let me. He's never going to let me leave this town. I know it. I just know it.
Great shot.
Talent.
Afraid one of these days, though, he's going to make me get rid of this pool table.
Wills?
Yeah, he doesn't care for pool much. Says it's the devil's game.
Oh, I don't see how anybody can get in any trouble playing a little pool. Unless he cheats.
Well, you know Mr. Wills.
I thought I did.
Should have seen this place before he got here. So much business you couldn't get through the front door. Then he started to make up his rules. No drinks served before 8 o'clock. 3-drink limit to a customer. No drinks served after 11. Well, you heard him. Man should be with his wife and kids.
What if he hasn't got a wife and kids?
Well, if he's going to live in this town, I guess he just better get some.
Tom, I'll talk to you.
Oh, Doug. Let's sit down.
Now, that stage leaves mighty early in the morning, Tom. Besides, I've had my 3-drink limit.
Times have changed, haven't they?
They've changed.
Meaning me, too.
You've changed too, Tom.
Oh, you're wrong, boy. I was always this way. Just never had the opportunity. Evening, Mr. Farrell.
I just saw my boy, Marshal.
Oh, I understand the doc's doing all he can for him.
You did all you could for him, too. Didn't you, Marshal?
You've got something to say. Spit it out so I can understand it.
My boy's dying because of you. A man has a right to stand up for his own blood.
You aim to do it with that shotgun, huh? Well, you're a big talker, Mr. Farrell. Big talkers don't pull triggers, and they never find their backbone. Come on, Amos.
Now get up. Come on. Come on. Here's your gun. You ought to know better, Amos, than to bring a gun into town. Now, you get home before you get into real trouble. Come on. Go.
Thanks for the drinks, Marshal.
Come in, Heath.
What's going on?
Your friend, Mr. Wills, paid Sally a social visit tonight.
Oh, all right.
Sally talked to a boy this afternoon while she was shopping.
And the marshal beat him because he talked to me.
So that's it.
Do you know how he is? Is he all right?
Not good, I'm afraid.
He's just a boy. Just a nice boy. I guess it was my fault for talking to him, but his friends put him up to it, and I didn't want to let him down in front of them,
And your friend objected to that.
Heath, I want to see him. Do you know where he is?
At the doctor's office.
Please, would you take me to see him?
I'll take you. We'll be back soon.
The boy.
He's still unconscious.
How's his chances, Doc?
No way of predicting.
He's gonna die, isn't he? My boy.
Mr. Farrell, Why don't you go home?
He's going to die.
Wife doesn't know yet, does she? Somebody ought to tell her, hadn't they?
Yeah. Gotta tell her. Our boy's gonna die. And there's nothing I can do about it.
Reckon he don't know how right he is.
Eamon. Eamon. Over here. Here. It's me, Eamon. It's me, old man.
You.
Still got that shotgun, Eamon? Why don't you use it, Eamon? Huh? You'd like to kill me, wouldn't you, Eamon?
Yes. Yes, I'd like to kill you.
Why don't you try? Try, Eamon. Try.
Farrell, no!
It was Murder Town.
Come on, son.
Pete! I told you to leave that gun in your room. Next time, do it.
That old man didn't stand a chance. It's plain out murder. No, it was an execution.
Heath, there's a district marshal's office in Tucson. When we get there, tell him the story, all of it.
That won't do any good.
Well, you can't be sure of that. Anyhow, there's nothing else you can do.
Mother, I came within a hair of drawing on Wills.
That would have been a mistake.
I don't know.
No matter who won, it would have been a mistake. Just make that report to the district marshal. Sally, why don't you spend the night with Audra?
Yes, please.
You've done too much for me already. I'll be all right.
I wish you would.
I have a chain lock on my door, and this time I'll use it.
Come on, Sally. I'll walk you to your room.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
See? No boogeyman. Oh, Heath, I am afraid.
Well, you have a right to be. I guess we all do.
Will tomorrow really come?
Yeah, it'll come.
I hope so. I have made so many mistakes. You know, I left home to become an actress. Can you imagine that? That old, old story, and I believed every word of it.
Now, you said you weren't going to remember anything before tonight.
I know I did. Heath, do you think there's a chance that I can forget?
If you really want to,
I want to more than anything in the world.
then you'll find your chance.
I remember a story I heard when I was a kid about this girl who fell asleep on a hilltop and dreamed she was a beautiful butterfly. When she woke up, she couldn't remember if she was a girl who dreamed she was a butterfly or a butterfly who dreamed she was a girl. That's the way I've been. I didn't know who I was until now.
Now, Miss Butterfly, if you'll lock your door, I'll wait outside until I hear that chain slide into place.
Who is it?
It's Heath.
Just a second.
You're spending the rest of the night with Audrey. You get your things together. No argument.
I don't understand. What happened?
I just saw Wills down the street. He may take it into his head to pay you another little visit.
What happens if he comes up here?
Well, if he does, you won't be here. I don't think he'll bother our rooms.
Sally?
Who is it?
Tom Wills. Open up. Please.
Sally, there's no need to be frightened. I've been thinking, and I haven't been fair to you. And I thought if you and I could have a little talk.
Look, don't you understand? I'm just not interested.
Sally, you can't go on like this. This is no life for you, being chased from one town after another. Now, this town is different. What I say goes here. Do you understand? One word from me and nothing would be too good for you. Come on now, please. Let me in. Please.
He'll try to kill you, Heath.
It'll be all right.
He'll never let you leave town alive. Not now.
Come on, finish your packing.
Sally?
hope you're ready. That stage is about to pull out.
I talked to the doctor this morning, and he said that Lou Farrell was going to live, so I guess that means everything's going to be all right. So... Would you please get away from here? He is sitting in there in the other room. He might be out any moment. Please. He'll kill you.
Is that why you came here? Is it?
Please.
Sally, listen to me. Tomorrow's do come, and yours is here right now, this minute. And your way home isn't through this house. But I'm not leaving without you.
Shoot you in the back. Now, how do you want it, boy?
Don't try it, Tom. All these times I let you win. Understand? I let you win. Come on, Sally.
Isn't he something?
He's a beauty, all right.
You didn't want to go to that auction.
Did I say that? Well, I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Heath, is that true? Maybe if you'd stayed home, none of that would have happened in St. John.
Well, it wasn't anybody's fault, Audra.
Why did Tom act like he hated Sally when all the time he really wanted her?
I guess he just wanted to prove something to himself. That he was something different from what he really was.
Oh, that sure does smell pretty.
Well, now, what's biting you?
This is a package goes down the post office. Has your name on it, too. And girl's writing.
Mine?
Who's it from?
That's from Sally.
Well, open it.
It's got a letter in it.
Well, what does she say?
Dear Heath, I am home at last. Really home. Father is suffering through my efforts at cooking, so it's only fair that you suffer through my first effort at knitting. When are you coming for a visit? Affectionately, Sally.
Affectionately. Now, what is that?
Well, it's a muffler.
And what are you going to do with it?
Bye.